For 30 days, I've been violently sick, stalked by hustlers, surrounded by garbage, and told by hundreds of people online that they absolutely hate my guts. If you ask Instagram, Indonesia is a cheap paradise. If you ask local tour guides, they'll tell you to hide inside modern luxury malls. Both of them are lying to you. Nobody talks about what Indonesia is actually like. Today, I'm taking the filter completely off. Here's the brutal, gritty, and undeniable truth about what Indonesia will put you through when you step off the resort. We're gonna break down the chaos of Jakarta, the food and how it nearly killed me, the actual reality of Bali, and why influencers are lying to you about Indonesia. But I'm also gonna show you why, if you're willing to survive all of that, the people of Indonesia will make this one of the most fascinating countries that you'll ever go to. The travel industry sells you a fake polished dream that's far from reality. If you look at Bali, you'll see pristine beaches, digital nomads selling that whole eat, pray, love fantasy. Local tour guides will brag about how modern Jakarta is. Look, we have these huge skyscrapers. Look at this world-class air-conditioned mall with luxury brands. Wow, check out these monuments. You'll be led to believe that Indonesia is at the absolute intersection of beauty, modernity, and culture. They want to hide the real country from you. What they don't show you is that underneath those skyscrapers, they have local neighborhoods, slums, and small shacks selling local street food for just pennies. And there's a massive skyscraper over here, right in front of a little mosque. Such insane contrast. I didn't fly halfway across the world to sit in a mall. When you step out of the malls, the real Indonesia hits you. Jakarta is incredibly hot. It's like you get hit by a freight train of heat. Extremely loud and chaotic. They're not kidding when they say this is the most chaotic city on earth. And crossing the street feels like you're playing the game Frogger. There's no chance I'm crossing the street. There's absolutely no way. Look at this. Look at how they cross here. Yeah, I do not have the guts to do that. I even got hit by a motorbike once, which luckily he wasn't going too fast. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. It's really sensory overload that will test your sanity. Indonesians will actively warn you to stay away from these areas. It's really treated like it's some sort of a dirty secret. But here's the irony of it all. This grit is the heartbeat of the country. It's what makes Indonesia real. The areas that they told me not to go to are filled with the most incredibly kind people. They showed me more culture and hospitality than any air-conditioned mall ever could. It's your sister's wedding?
Yes.
That's crazy, actually.
Thank you.
Well, congratulations.
Yes.
I found the real Indonesia, but to experience it, you have to eat where the locals eat. I've traveled to over 25 countries, eating anything and everything I've wanted, but nothing could have prepared me for the absolute havoc that local food was gonna wreak on my system. The street food in Indonesia is incredibly cheap and delicious. My daily budget was $10 and I ate like a king. I definitely gained a few pounds, but I lost that weight violently and immediately in Yogyakarta when I got the worst food poisoning of my life. At first, I tried to brave through it, but my body shut down. I had a fever, everything hurt. It was absolutely brutal. At one point, I actually thought I was gonna die. That's how bad it was. I was going to the bathroom like 15, 20 times a day. You know, without going into too much detail, it was all liquid. It was 5 days of absolute hell. I hit rock bottom. I was destroyed. I didn't even know who to ask for help. I was in a foreign country. I went to the doctor and he didn't speak a word of English. However, seeing me struggle, there was a nurse there who spoke just a little bit of English. She stuck by my side like a guardian angel the entire time I was there, through the prescriptions and the injections in places I'd rather not mention. When the environment broke me down, a local stranger put me back together. But I couldn't rest. I had a flight to Bali booked 2 days later and I couldn't cancel that ticket. Now, you'd think a world-famous paradise would be the perfect place to recover. Well, it wasn't. Right after I landed, I caught a nasty cold. I've been trapped in this hotel room for the last 10 days, first with severe food poisoning and then with a cold. And it was in this hotel that the ugly side of paradise revealed itself. Because my stomach was destroyed, I could only eat simple foods that I'd order on Grab, which is like Uber Eats. But my hotel also had an overpriced tourist restaurant. The staff would stare me down every time I waited for my food. They'd interrogate me, make faces, and try to guilt trip me for not spending money at the restaurant despite me being visibly sick. That's when the reality of Bali hit me. You're only good for your money. You're not a guest, you're a walking wallet. It wasn't just at my hotel. The impact of over-tourism on Bali is obvious. In tourist zones, the sheer amount of hustle is unbelievable. Hi. No, it's okay. Thank you. No, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's okay. No, it's okay. Thank you. Everywhere you looked, it seemed like people only saw you as a potential sale. And they weren't just selling keychains. Thank you. No, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you. No, girl, no bike, no tattoo. Thank you. Keeping your guard up 24/7 in that environment is exhausting. And the place itself? Bali was far from paradise. The beaches were destroyed, filled with aggressive vendors, rats, and garbage. But this is not exactly what you'd imagine when you picture one of the biggest beaches in Bali. For a place that people dream about coming to and moving to, it wasn't just a disappointment, it was a nightmare. I was ready to write off the entire island, but before I did, I ventured out into the local back alleys of Bali, and the entire world shifted. I found a local juice place. I went there so often that they started recognizing me as a regular. For less than $1, I got a fresh fruit juice and a genuine smile every single day. 5-0 or 1-5?
1-5.
1-5. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's try our juice. Tastes like heaven. It was the same story with a local barber I met. He worked 13 hours a day, 6 days a week, just to provide for his family. And you've been doing this 13-hour days for 5 years?
Maybe more.
Maybe more?
More.
Wow. And that's when the reality of Indonesia hit me. The tourist industry will stop at nothing to drain your wallet. But the everyday, working class Indonesian people will give you the shirt off their backs. However, the second I opened my phone, I unlocked a toxic side of this country I frankly didn't see coming. If you want to know why the travel industry is lying to you about Indonesia, you just have to look at how the internet works. There's a massive, unspoken rule. If you want to go viral, you have to sell the fantasy. You get praised for showing how modern the buildings are, how luxurious the malls are, and feel-good moments. Maybe I'll do a hot chocolate too. Yes. Sorry, how much is it?
Let me pay.
No. Cheers, brother. Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. This clip is literally my most viewed reel on Instagram. The algorithm loves when you play nice. But the moment you step off the tourist path and you show the slum underneath the skyscraper or the world-famous beach covered in garbage, the online mob comes for you. Just for documenting the unfiltered reality of my trip, I was hit with toxic, nationalistic hate. Hundreds of comments telling me I'm negative, I'm lying, wanting to throw me in jail, telling me I'm disrespectful, and demanding that I be banned from the country. They're so desperate trying to protect that Instagram perfect image that they'll attack anyone who shows otherwise. That's the ultimate mind game of Indonesia. On the internet, it's a toxic, fragile echo chamber. But the reality, the people on the ground are some of the kindest human beings I've ever met. How much?
Papa, gratis, free.
No, gratis.
I will buy you.
No, you don't buy. I buy. So after a month, what are my brutally honest thoughts on Indonesia? If you want an easy, relaxed vacation, book an all-inclusive in Mexico. Indonesia will test your sanity. It will exhaust you. And the food might even put you in a hospital, like it did for me. But if you're willing to ignore the tour guides who tell you to hide in the malls, if you're willing to sweat, risk your stomach, and step into the real Indonesia where the locals live, you'll find a level of humanity, resilience, and raw culture that the West has lost. But honestly, surviving Indonesia was nothing compared to what it was like surviving a whole year of full-time travel. And let me tell you, just like Indonesia, it was nothing like the dream travel influencers sell you. If you want to see the reality of what it's actually like to quit your job to travel full-time, click the video on the screen. I'll see you there.